So obviously, firstly, congratulations on the film. It was very beautiful and moving, and actually personal to me, because I actually lost my sister to postpartum psychosis. It was 10 years ago, but I was saying, like, I really did not know anything about this condition until I was affected by it. I was just wondering, what made the both of you as kind of female artists want to kind of help bring this to life or explore this?
Well, I think it's just like, your whole life changes, your whole creativity changes, like your marriage changes, and it's massive, and I think the more like, I was talking about character, like, I guess disappearing into herself a little, yeah.
Absolutely. And Jennifer or so.
First of all, I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
It's a horrible,
Thank you.
horrible way to lose a family member.
Yeah.
I think it was such a it was such an opportunity to explore something that's relatively new, to our culture, of putting a name on this huge transformation that happens, and also what dynamics, what emotions, and what psychologically is all a part of the identity crisis that happens after you become a mother. And on top of that, they've moved. She doesn't have a community. She doesn't have anybody. And I thought what was interesting about what started happening once we were on the day was that it was never really about her baby. She was connected to her baby and loved her child. But it was more of kind of everything else was wrong. Everything else was askew. And I think the more you kind of try to put a label on something, the more to the person that's affected by it, it feels like violently wrong. And I think it was the only headspace where one could imagine thinking they would be better off without me. I'm the only one that's kind of wrong.
And Jennifer, it was obviously, again, an incredible performance. And obviously I know that you won an Oscar for, performing someone with, like, dealing with someone that had a mental illness. But this seems to go like a whole other dimension or so. And this is a very physical performance as well. And it seems like, obviously, I'm sure Lynn and Robert were a very supportive network. But do you feel like, it was the support and everything that helped you, felt like you could really take this performance to this other dimension?
Well, yeah, I mean anytime somebody reacts to an actor's performance, you look at the director and also, Rob and all of my co-stars, Sissy and Nick Nolte, you don't really know what's going to happen until you get there. And, it's all an exchange of, Rob gave me so much to push back against, and it just kept kind of building and building. It affects your performance totally and completely.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Lynn, obviously this is a very whimsical dream. Like, I felt like watching the film, I need to read the book now after watching this film or so, but it kind of shifts and sways. But and it's just the imagery in this film is just truly beautiful. But I was supposing, are you wanting, by making those effects, are you wanting audiences to kind of feel like they're inside Grace's mind or so by yes?
Of course, you always want, in a movie to be really immersed, so. What I loved about it as well, though, was that it wasn't, I wasn't, she doesn't really try and elicit sympathy from anyone, it's more that, Sissy SpaceX character, maybe Pam, sees her a bit more clearly, but there was something to me that in her truthfulness and her humour and her boldness as well that was very interesting, and also I didn't see it as just one thing. I saw it as a many layered thing, I think she's having issues being stuck in her creativity, like she's been stuck in her life and stuck in her marriage and the sex, and as well, when that stops, when your creativity stops and the sexuality stops being connected in some way, so to me, I was seeing many layered beasts, and also looking at it as what's really in her mind and what's what's real and what's not,